could be in terms of medical your air ticket from your place of origin. Your air ticket come. Your air ticket. Hello everyone. Good day to everyone. Your air ticket. Hello everyone, good day to all. So in this video, in case you are interested to work here in Hong Kong as a domestic helper, here are the benefits and facts you can avail in case you are working here in Hong Kong as a domestic helper. Of course, number one is the salary. The monthly salary here in Hong Kong as a domestic helper is amounting to 4,630 Hong Kong dollar, and it is equivalent to more or less 31,000 in peso. And of course, the monthly food allowance is amounting to 1,100 Hong Kong dollar, and it is 6,000 plus in peso. Every domestic helper is entitled to receive the food allowance from their employer. And if the employer cannot provide the cash food allowance to the domestic helper, the employer must provide the food for their helper. And number three is the weekly holiday for the domestic helper. Every domestic helper here in Hong Kong are required to work 6 days and 1 day holiday in a week. Number four is the statutory holiday for domestic helper. Every year, we have 12 days statutory or public holiday dito sa Hong Kong. So, yearly po mga kapatid, dito po sa Hong Kong, bukod doon sa weekly holiday na every Sunday or yung ibang amo nililipat sa ibang araw, na tinatawag na International Day Off, pag iba-ibang araw yung binibigay na day off, ay mayroon pong 12 days na statutory holiday. For example, yung Chinese New Year na 3 days, sa amin yon. So, yung Pasko, ganon po. Wala din po kaming trabaho dito pag mga ganong public holiday. So, kailangan po ma-avail din yun ng mga domestic helper dito sa Hong Kong. At pag hindi naman po pinalabas or hindi binigay yung day off na yon, ay entitled po ang employer na magbayad ng araw na yon nang hindi sila pinalabas. Number 5 is the medical assistance. Every domestic helper here in Hong Kong are entitled to the free medical assistance to be shouldered by their employer. It could be in terms of medical treatment or medical maintenance, or in medicine, or in emergency dental treatment. For the number 5 benefits, which is the medical assistance, you can refer to your blue contract, page 2, number 9, section A, B, and C. Paki-check nyo po yan mga kaibigan. That's very important thing as you are working here in Hong Kong. Number 6 is the domestic helper remains repatriation going back home to the Philippines. This is also one of the benefit you can get if you work here in Hong Kong. Hindi naman po natin hinihingi yun. Of course, hindi po natin hinihingi yun, hindi po natin hinahangad yun. But in case si domestic helper ay mamatay dito sa Hong Kong, all the expenses, domestic helpers remain repatriation going back to the Philippines must be shouldered by the employer. So, walang may gusto sa number 6 na benefits, okay? Kaya stay safe po tayo at huwag po nating pabayaan yung ating health. Huwag po nating itsapwera yung sarili natin kasi tayo po yung kumakayod, tayo po yung napapagod, tayo po yung nakakaranas ng mga pang-aape, ng mga pang-iinsulto galing sa employer, lalo na yung mga malulupit na mga employer dyan. So, kaya be thankful po and be grateful kung isa kayo sa blessed na helper dito sa Hong Kong. So, yun. And the number 7 benefits is the free air ticket. So if you plan to work here in Hong Kong, do not worry about your plane ticket because it is clearly stated in the blue contract that it is one of the benefits you can get if you plan to work here in Hong Kong. Your air ticket from your place of origin back home in the Philippines, going back to Hong Kong, or from Hong Kong going back to the Philippines, either you are terminated, break contract, or finished contract, all the expenses about the air ticket must be provided by your employer. And number 8 benefits is the 7 days paid annual leave. So every year, every domestic helper here in Hong Kong is entitled to avail the 7 days paid annual leave. Number 9 benefits as a domestic helper here in Hong Kong are also entitled to enjoy the free accommodation, including water, electricity, if you are a live-in domestic helper, kung kasama mo sila sa bahay. If you are live-out naman, if you are live-out, your employer must pay your expenses in your accommodation, electricity bill, and water bills. Yes, your employer should provide it for you. All the expenses must be provided by your employer if you are a live-out. And the number 10 benefits if you work here in Hong Kong are the severance fee and the long service fee. But you can only avail those if you comply the required year of service. Yung severance fee is 4 years if you serve the employer in 4 years. So you are entitled for the severance fee. About long service, it's required 5 years, and it is also subject to evaluation and positive agreement with your employer. So that's it for today's video. So kung may natutunan ka at plano mong pumunta dito sa Hong Kong para magtrabaho as a domestic helper, at hindi ka pa nakapag-subscribe sa channel ko, just click the subscribe button. Just click the subscribe button para updated ka sa mga susunod na videos at sa mga tips. Yan. So, bago po natin i-end itong video, ay mag-shoutout muna po tayo. Ayan, shoutout, mega love shoutout dyan sa kaibigan natin. Unang-una na dyan si Doms TV. Hello, Doms. Shoutout sa'yo. At nandyan din si kaibigang kunyang si Journey. Hello, sis. Baka bukas muni na yan. At shoutout din po kay Bicolano sa Norway, kay Manoy dyan sa Norway. And shoutout din kay Manay Tres Marias. Kamusta, Manay? And shoutout to kay Manay Zoe Childhood at sa kanyang asawa na si Manoy Jebros. So yun lamang po, at next time naman yung iba nating mga kapatid. So enjoy the day. Thank you for watching and God bless. Bye-bye.